Hey Tom, how's it going?
Great, Sherry. How are you?
I am doing well. I actually was in Berlin just last week, and of course, it made me think of you. We met obviously through actuarial conferences, multiple of them. We've crossed paths a lot. First at the EA, but the most memorable one was in Berlin.
Yeah, I think that was 2018, and it was at the International Congress of Actuaries, at which, by the way, you received an award. And
Did
I can remember I learned a lot about you in that acceptance presentation, that ceremony, because you gave a little bit of your very early history that I'd not heard before, and I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was glad you were part of that in the audience.
Yeah.
I think you know this, but the picture we took when we spent some time in Berlin and did some, sightseeing, one of the pictures that we took in front of, the big gate is actually
Yeah.
your phone, the photo for whenever you call me. So that's a
Oh,
good,
is that right?
yeah. Maybe I'll have
Jennifer
to find
Gates.
that and flash it up on the LinkedIn post.
Yeah.
But yeah, but speaking of IAA, I know you obviously were the president a few years back. And, with all your international experience, I was just wanting to get your thoughts on what you think about SOA's international strategy.
Sure. Well, yeah, you're right. I was president of the IAA, International Actuarial Association, in 2017.
Mhm.
And, as it relates to the Society of Actuaries, the SOA, as an American, I traditionally think of the SOA as being a North American organization, credentialing, educating and credentialing actuaries in US and Canada. But of course, for years, the international actuarial scene has been on the SOA's radar and been part of the strategic plan. And so, yeah, to this day, the SOA credential is kind of a worldwide recognized credential. But thoughts I have about that are that it makes perfect sense for the SOA to have an international strategy. You know, actuarial mathematics, predictive analytics, things of that nature are sort of uniform around the world. That's commonplace, and so it's logical and it makes sense for the SOA to be able to sort of create a curriculum that works almost anywhere in the world. Now that said, actuarial practice is oftentimes a different matter, and it can be very much a function of local business traditions, role of government, marketplace dynamics, and all sorts of things. And so, in practice, actuarial science is an applied science that works locally. And
Mhm.
so, necessarily, what that means for the SOA is how does the SOA successfully coexist in so many different countries around the world? And of course, the answer to that is through relationships with national associations that
Mhm.
exist in different locations around the world. So I think the success of the SOA's international strategy goes hand in hand with the success of collaboration and the coexistence with the national associations around the world that have responsibility for, you know, local practice matters, policy matters, relationships with the government, with regulators, and professionalism matters. Matters of practice standards and discipline matters. The SOA does have strong relationships with both the Canadian Institute and the American Academy of Actuaries, two national associations with which we're all very much familiar, and the successful coexistence with national associations around the world has
Mhm.
got to be front of mind for the SOA going forward.
Right. Absolutely. I think, relationship management that goes not just for the international scene, right? For domestic, locally, as well as international. So, yeah, Tom, thank you for your perspective. I know, you used to be a SOA board member as well, and you have that international perspective. So definitely very insightful insight. Thank you.
Great.
I'll reach out to you next time in Chicago.
Very good. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks,
All right.
Jerry.
Talk soon.
Good catching up.